Hello and welcome. I believe that you know some informations about photosynthesis, but not in an expertized manner. So in this video, I'll explain the chemical reaction that is happening inside the plants, deep inside the cells. So water gets absorbed with tissues, carbon gets trapped in stroma, and photon from the sun is directly absorbed with chlorophyll. This is how briefly the plants get material needed to make the reaction working. So we can broadly separate photosynthesis by two parts. One is the light-dependent reaction, and the other one is the light-independent reaction, which is also known as Calvin cycle. I will first go for the dependent because it is how the thing works. So let's first look at the cell structure. Inside the vast majority of the plants, you'll find chloroplasts. Inside the chloroplasts, there are something called thylakoids. That is where the light reaction happens. Photon, which is created by the fusion reaction of the sun, enters and gets dissolved by the thylakoid by smashing into them. Now those excited electrons from the photon goes through a process named electron transport chain, which is a process where the plant sucks those delicious energy that is attached to an electron. So first step of the electron transport chain is the electrons will enter the photosystem 2. Photosystem 2 is made up of a bunch of chemicals that is designed to transport electrons and make it to leap towards the other portion of the transport chain. Okay, so after the transport, those electrons now goes through another bunch of proteins called Cytochrome Complex. These two does two major things. The first one is that they serve as a middle section between the photosystem 1 and photosystem 2. And the other thing is whenever the electron get pumped out, it generates proton. The proton that is generated by the cytochrome complex now goes to ATP synthase. Basically, they convert two protons into one ATP. ATP is an energy-carrying molecule that powers almost everything in our body. So now those electrons goes through the photosystem 1. Photosystem 1 has almost the same protein as the second one. However, in this step, we generate NADPH by converting every energy generated except for ATP to it and adding protein called NADP+. So we can tell that the product of light-dependent reaction is ATP and NADPH. Now those things go through Calvin cycle, which is a light-independent reaction. There are three main steps of Calvin cycle. The first one is called carbon fixation, because it fixes carbon dioxide molecule and RUBP by using enzyme called ribisco. When there is carbon, it goes perfectly well. However, if there isn't one, a thing called photorespiration occurs. So if that happens, it just means that the plant is wasting energy and constantly producing ribisco, which is itself a toxic thing. So the plants basically need to do a lot of things to get rid of it. Okay, so back to the cycle. When the carbon dioxide joins, the RUBP goes very unstable. So they form two molecules called phosphoglycerate. One have 3 carbon molecule. The second step is called reduction. This is where ATP and NADPH joins in and fuses with phosphoglycerate. Because of that, it becomes a glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate, in other words, G3P. Now, this is a power source of the plants. These are able to form into glucose or cellulose or starch. The final step of the photosynthesis, which is a light-independent reaction, is the regeneration. The regeneration converts 5-glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate to 3-RUBP to make a cycle again. Congratulations, you finished this super hard phenomenon that occurs naturally. So if you want more videos like this, please subscribe and put thumbs up to it. Thank you for watching.